leaving Keystone and it's icy out here. I gotta be really careful. There's a bike path, but I think the bike path will be worse than the actual road. So I'm gonna take this all the way to Dillon and see how it is and pay a lot of attention. And I think this should be the beginning of the break on the weather. My aim today is to get to Twin Lakes and in the morning climb Independence Pass into Aspen. It's about a 60-mile day, so we'll see how far I get.
My days of riding 65+ mile days are behind me now as I get an education on climbing these high altitude mountain passes of Colorado. For the next 10 days of riding, I end up doing around 40-mile days, if not less. A few of these next days were made up of resting into midday with a 20-mile ride just to get close enough to the base of passes so as to not get caught at a summit or a downhill in the dark. But sure enough, in due time, this actually ends up happening a couple of times as I head west.
Pretty steady, plenty of traction, and I'm staying warm. And the only major factor, which I think will die off in the next day or two, is headwinds. The forecast is west-northwest, 10 to 15, so it's coming at me some. So far so good. I'm staying warm, plenty. I don't feel cold anywhere. I'm trying to make the most out of this day because there's supposed to be a break in the weather and warming up some, so if I can get all this snow to clear, I'll be able to get to Twin Lakes maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I thought I was gonna do it today, but I don't think so. I'm going too slow. It's warming up fast. I'm kind of hot right now. And I see the snow on the road just starting to melt away. Giving me like these lanes.
A few miles later on US Route 6, I reached the town of Dillon where I stopped to grab some breakfast, and soon after I find myself riding alongside Lake Dillon with its gorgeous views of Swan Mountain. From here I get onto the Dillon Reservoir Wreck Path trail leading me to the town of Frisco. This path was strikingly peaceful after the hectic morning riding on 6's shoulder, offering picturesque scenery around every turn. Towards the west I get the best views yet of Buffalo Mountain, blanketed by light clouds filtering the oncoming midday light.
Some lunch, and now I got a bike path all the way to Cup Mountain. I don't want to be on that road. It was a little bit too much. The day's getting prettier by the minute, and I feel like it's warming up. I think the next few days are going to be perfect for climbing Independence Pass. What a gorgeous bike path. The scenery is spectacular.
The town of Frisco, riding on Summit Boulevard in search of the next bike path that will take me to the base of Fremont Pass at Copper Mountain, 7.5 miles away. Like the town of Dillon, Frisco is also known for its access to the 4-ski resorts of Copper Mountain, Breckenridge, Keystone, and the Arapahoe Basin. With no time to spare, I make quick work of documenting what I can of Main Street before riding onto the 10-mile canyon trail.
Well, I found another trail that goes to Copper Mountain. These cold days are slow days. I want to make the miles, but it's slow going. I think my bike has too much ice on it and it's causing friction. I've been changing the gears on my rear derailleur and my cassette just to get the snow off of it. But I gotta find a place to prop the bike up and remove the ice. Let's see if that helps. That worked a lot better, much better.
I cranked 7.5 easy miles on this 10-mile canyon trail to reach Copper Mountain. The sky's clear up bright blue, and all of a sudden I'm surrounded by spectacular views of this canyon with snow-covered mountain peaks, while listening to the gentle sound of the 10-mile creek beside me and the always welcome roar of the interstate. Call me crazy, but for me that is not a bad mix. After all the miles I've spent on the shoulders of all kinds of roads and freeways, I very much enjoy them. There is this energy there that is hard to find anywhere else. With the blue skies come high pressure and as usual dip in temperature, and even though it's midday, the air starts getting crisp and I begin a mild chill right before starting to climb Fremont Pass with temps in the low 30s. This chill ended up creeping up on me during my ascent, and it made for a very challenging downhill later on. More spectacular views without end, and all of a sudden I'm at Copper Mountain, ready to start the last 1,800 feet of climbing to get over Fremont Pass at 11,300 feet in elevation.
Time for another pass. It's gonna be the third one to get to Leadville. Let's go. Back and forth with the jacket on and off. I'm either really cold without it or soaked inside with it. I'll just keep doing it.
Here I go again, climbing a third pass since leaving Denver 4 days ago. I'm ecstatic at this opportunity to see Colorado for the first time ever and in this way. After cycling across over 30 states of this country, I'm still amazed as to how special it is to get to experience it in this way. My entire life has been spent mostly in the outdoors, especially for work, and I am constantly pinching myself for having found bicycle touring and all it has to offer. The people and culture, the scenery and nature, health and the endorphins that come with the exercise, and most importantly, the constant stream of challenges and their rewards.
That's a legit grade. I don't see it so much going forwards, but when I look back, it's no joke. I got a ways to go too, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty close. I think I'm pretty close. My breathing is so much better than it's been. I gotta be getting close. It's been a while. It's a legit climb, steady. If I'm not there, I'm a fall summit away. It's beautiful up here. What a day. Blue skies are so bright right now. I feel good. I'm ready for independence after I rest. Woo! What a climb. It's a little more climbing left, but I don't think much. Beautiful up here. Just soaking it up. These mountains coming in view. This might be another fall summit, but I've been climbing for another mile. I'm at 11,200 feet. I think I'm finally acclimated to a large extent, but I'm still like, you know, having shortness of breath, but not bad. I'm finding a really good rhythm. It wasn't easy, very long and steady. and gorgeous. What an amazing day I've had. Just these Rockies are just so beautiful, especially right now with all the snow. I can't even think right now, I'm so tired. And I'm ready to go into Leadville here and take a break and go down to Twin Lakes tomorrow, and then the next day Summit Independence Pass. Feel my toes or my fingers. I am completely frozen up. Made it to Leadville. I'm frozen. What a day that was. I made it to Leadville, but I was totally drained. The cold got me on the way down. I cannot get colder. My fingers, my toes were frozen up, and it happened when the mountain got shadowed the sunlight, and the temperature there must have been way lower than I imagined, because when I was done with the descent in the shadow there, I was frozen up, and I didn't want to stop because I thought I was getting close, but I wasn't sure how close, and I was actually about 5 miles from Leadville, where I'm at now. I came into town, found this motel. I mean, as soon as I came in, I just turned in here and started warming up my toes. They're good. I still have a frost sort of sensation, lack of sensation on the tips of my 3 fingers, and from the Loveland Pass. And I gotta say, today was a huge task. I'm exhausted beyond belief, and also really happy that I got this far. When I think of us at the whole day and how cold it was from the morning till just now, I mean, it was a great challenge to overcome. The temperatures up at the summit was 23 degrees. So you can imagine what the wind chill factor would be when you're going 20 to 30. I don't think I hit 30. I was really hitting the brakes. I didn't want to over freeze myself, but definitely in the 20s for the entire descent to here. So I'm gonna rest up tomorrow, Twin Lakes, very short ride, 15 miles, and I'm gonna rest up, and the next day I'm gonna do Independence Pass, get to Aspen, and after Aspen, desert. I'm gonna go look for some really hot weather, and find the first post office so I can send all this cold weather gear home. the view from this room is spectacular. Not that I didn't get enough of it out on the bike today, but there's some beautiful stuff going on out here. See you tomorrow.